The final call. I was a university student who had moved from the countryside to the city. He lived alone in a run-down boarding room on the outskirts. The small room was damp, aged by time, with a coldness that crept through every cracked tile. That night, it rained heavily, as if the sky was pouring everything it had. The room was pitch black and silent, broken only by the sound of the wind whistling through the door cracks and the thunderous pounding of rain on the roof. I was in deep sleep when he was suddenly awakened by the persistent ringing of his phone. At first, still half asleep, he rejected the call. But the phone kept ringing, relentless and increasingly disturbing, as if someone was desperately trying to force him to pick up. Finally, thinking it might be something urgent and unable to stand the incessant ringing anymore, reluctantly answered, his voice still groggy and tinged with irritation. "Hello, who is this?" Silence on the other end. Only heavy, rapid breathing. No reply. No other sound. Thinking someone was trying to prank him, A was about to yell when suddenly the call was cut off. A chill ran down his spine. He looked at the screen, and to his shock, the call had come from his own number. He tried to call back, but before he could do anything, the phone abruptly shut off. The screen went black, even though the battery had been full just moments before. From that night on, strange things began happening that left him constantly unsettled. The once familiar ringtone of his old phone now felt unnervingly foreign. Every night, while he was sleeping, A would receive bizarre messages. There was no clear content, sometimes just a blank message, other times only strings of random characters, as if a child had smashed their hands on the keyboard. But what unsettled him the most was that all of them were sent from his own number. Gradually, the nonsense messages turned into image messages. Day after day, a series of eerie photos were sent to him. They showed him standing in places he had never been, with no memory of ever taking the pictures. The person in the photos looked exactly like him, yet felt eerily unfamiliar, as if something else was merely wearing his skin. Everything continued until one freezing, rainy night. This time, the message was a video. It was a video of A recorded by himself. In it, he was staring downward in silence. But in the next moment, when the A in the video slowly raised his head and looked toward the screen, Hui dropped the phone in horror. It was his face, but twisted into a blood-soaked, deranged smile, with glowing red eyes full of something inhuman, staring straight into the screen, as if they were trying to devour anyone who dared to look into them. 2 months later, neighbors began noticing that A's room had remained tightly shut. No one had seen him coming or going. The door had been closed for a long time, and a pile of unpaid bills had started to stack up. Fearing something terrible had happened, they informed the landlord. The landlord came to check, and had to break the lock to get in. Inside, there were no signs of struggle. Everything was in place, as if A had just stepped out for a moment. On the study desk was his phone, powered off. When the landlord turned it on, all the data had been wiped. The only thing left was a single old voice recording, saved long ago. In the recording, A's voice could be heard, whispering in fear, trembling, and hopeless. "It's coming. I saw another me, standing outside the window, staring at me." It said that everyone who listened to that recording, from the landlord to those who were with him, all fell into extreme panic. Their faces turned pale, as if they had just heard something beyond terrifying. None of them ever dared to listen to the full recording. To this day, A's disappearance remains a mystery. No one knows what truly happened on that fateful rainy night. His phone was sealed as evidence, but the contents of that recording and the identity of whoever made that final call remain forever lost in the dark.